Okay, this is part 28. Working on this U.S. Army 1952 Dodge M52 3/4 ton, and it's stuff is coming together, but finding out some strange things about this, and I'll show you that in a minute. But the main thing is we got the fuel system almost ready to go. You saw my other video where I drained the fuel tank, and I even jacked it up to make sure everything was tilted back and it came out. So there was no sludge or anything like that came out. The gas, don't know how old it was, but it definitely was old gas. It was brown. So the next idea was go ahead and figure out some way to get everything off the top of the gas tank. Every single one of those bolts is frozen solid. You cannot get them off. There's no way. So we did get the fuel line off, and we blew it out to the front, and it's totally clear. That wasn't a problem. So anyhow, in the meantime, I have ordered a backrest for the passenger side, which is what I'm still missing. So I bought that on, well, actually the same place from Memphis Equipment. They had the seats for this thing. So all brand new seats for it. So that's coming from them. The fittings we needed for the gas, those are all the brass fittings and actually a valve and some other stuff that came from Ace Hardware. Have that. And then of course the battery and some of the other parts, especially the 1.5 inch socket I needed for the lug nuts to get those off. That came from O'Reilly's. And just yesterday went over to AutoZone and got some fuel filters and hose clamps and stuff like that we needed. So basically everybody around here is getting my business on this truck. So anyhow, I want to show you something that I didn't really know about. I thought, you know, a lot of Chryslers, I remember I had my Dodge Charger. It had left-handed thread on the lug nuts on the passenger side. Okay, but normally they were stamped. It was stamped with an L on the stud. Well, there was nothing like that on this one. So I went to go ahead and take it off, figuring they're, you know, normal right-hand threads. The thing would not budge. I said, that's crazy. So after trying that, and then Ron says, well, why don't you put it in reverse and see if they're left-handed? Sure enough, I tried it and they're left-handed on the driver's side. Now I haven't tried the passenger side, so I don't know if it's all the way around or just on one side or the other. But I remember Chrysler, Dodge, they used to do that all the time. They used to have at least one side was left and one was right. Well, in this one, the left turning lug nuts were on the driver's side, not the passenger side. So anyway, I'm going to show you that and some other stuff. And I'll show you what the fuel pump situation looks like, because you need a fuel pump in the back to push the gas to the front. Well, as it turned out, I had an old Dupree fuel pump sitting on my shelf. It's been around for years. I've never used it. It's brand new. So put that in, and I'll show you that one too. But yeah, just a bunch of stuff. So anyway, I'll be right back and show you what I'm doing. Okay, so here are the tire and the lug nuts. This is my impact driver. That's the 1.5 inch socket I needed for the lug nuts. Okay, so my my impact driver here has forward down here, and the top one's reverse. Well, first I was hitting reverse and it was not working. So anyway, so I hit the forward button and it come right out. Now that one doesn't yet, but I put them back in too. So yeah, that's what it is. They are left-handed. So there you are, back in. All right, well anyhow, that's how that goes. So I wasn't quite sure how that was going to go, but could not figure out how they could have been on so hard. But now that they're left-handed, now it makes sense. So, show you on the fuel. So, right there, okay, the plate's taken off. And underneath, that's where the top of the gas tank is. And you'll notice the new fitting and a fuel line hose. Well, on that side, it goes up to the front, and we've already tried that. That line is totally clear up to the front. In fact, you pushed out the old gas that was in there, and there was nothing else that was cleaned out. So anyhow, so that new line goes from there, and it's going to be coming from down below where the fuel pump is, and I'll show you how that got mounted underneath. So I'll be right. Okay, here we are underneath the the back of the bumper actually, and the fuel pump. That's my Dupree fuel pump right there. We made a bracket and it's mounted to this back bumper, so it is solid as anything. So we have lines going to that, then to the fuel filter, and from there to the other valve. We have a shut-off valve here, and then it goes right into the tank. So it's coming directly from the bottom of the tank. So when I fill it up, that's what's going to happen. It'll come out from here, and then that line goes up on top like I showed you, and this fuel pump is going to push it into the front. So we should have more fuel pressure there, because what we did before is we took out a needle valve in the carburetor because it didn't have enough pressure. So this, we can put the needle valve back in, and it should have enough pressure to push this along. But as you can see, it's pretty solid in there. And let me move my light. Yeah. It's here. Here we go. And you can see there where the line goes all the way up on top where the tank is. So yeah, so it's in there, and what we got to do is probably fill this thing up with about 5 gallons of gas, and then we'll have to check for leaks after that. And boy, there's a lot of places where it could leak, but the plumber tape's been used on everything, so hopefully it's going to be sealed up. At least we hope it is. But yeah, there's no way it's going to fall off. That bolt there was pretty big. It was holding that, holding that bracket on there. So there's no possible way it's going to come off. And so yeah, there you are. More fun with the M37. And well, I guess that's going to be it for now. And we'll talk to you guys later.